Did you receive the same email that I did on Thursday? Glasgow Subway sent out a notice of some updates that were about to take place, and I got excited because I, like many of you, have been waiting for news about Glasgow's Clockwork Orange lately. New trains are poised to go into service at some point, and I wondered, was this notice about that? Perhaps it was the rumored expanded service times. Well, sadly, this wasn't about either of those things. Instead, Glasgow Subway was giving in writing to its customers revised terms and conditions about its smart cards. How exhilarating. I got my hopes up for nothing. But these terms and conditions are a regular feature for businesses these days. We can't visit a website or complete a purchase, install software, or stream some music without ticking one of those boxes saying that we agree to a set of rules. And the amount of supplementary documentation that comes with virtually everything we consume these days has increased over the years, too. These are how companies set out to protect themselves legally in the case of a dispute. But they're also part of how businesses strive to be more open and direct these days. Indeed, that's what Glasgow Subway included in its email. They wrote, as part of our efforts to be more transparent, they want to ensure they remain transparent. Operating a transparent business model is, well, it's a key principle to many enterprises. And it isn't just a matter of legal protection, nor is it simply a marketing trick. Instead, operating transparently is said to actually increase profits. Research shows that customers value it. Transparency fosters loyalty, and not just for customers, for employers and their employees, too. According to Forbes magazine, several studies show company transparency is the number one factor in determining workplace happiness. More and more business advisors are advocating to open up information channels. According to them, employees with information can make better decisions, which means greater efficiency and more accountability. Researchers figure the strength of transparency, well, it seems to revolve around trust. Trust that strengthens relationships between organizations and those who interact with them, including investors. In a sea of opportunities, competition is fierce. And as much as possible, folk want a clear picture of what's going on, who they're working for, or who is working for them, and how. Transparency, it doesn't hide operations. Information is shared across platforms, which means traceability and adaptability in times of crisis. Because everyone sees what's going on. One of the criticisms often leveled at the church, even God, is secrecy. Some say it's a mysterious operation. Communication is often cryptic and needs to be interpreted, and how everything fits together is not always clear. One might wonder if we could benefit from adopting some of these modern business practices. Maybe more people would come to faith if the whole thing were a bit more transparent. Well, in this case, it seems the Lord wanted to clarify what was what. In today's gospel, Jesus intended to show the disciples on that mountaintop precisely who he was and what was going on. And if the glowing light emanating from his body, or the appearance of two long-dead prophets didn't do that. A voice from heaven confirmed it. This is my Son, the beloved. With him I am well pleased. Listen to him. If there were a question about who was pulling the strings or how this all fit together, whom to trust, this shining event would settle the debate. And indeed, it was a turning point for the disciples. They saw Jesus from the inside, a complete picture of both man and God. It was life-changing, if not a bit scary. Revealing your identity can do that. I know from personal experience. Maybe you do too. When you divulge something about yourself, pardon me, when you let others know what's really going on with you, it shifts perspectives. And people may choose to leave if they don't like what it is you show them. But those who stick around, the people who've seen the truth and stay, draw closer with more understanding. Increased trust strengthens bonds. Information sharing freely and openly is the foundation of the best relationships. It's that way with humans, and it's that way with God, too. Transparency isn't just some new trendy business model. No, it is how divine, beautiful things are experienced. On mountaintops, and here at lower elevations. Of course, there is a time and place for everything. Some things we rightly keep to ourselves, but many things are better when they're shared. When we remove the veneer and step out of the darkness, allow ourselves to be seen, when who we are on the inside is incorporated with what others see on the outside, we profit. We benefit. And so do all those in this venture with us. So go ahead and enlighten the world. Uncover the flame that burns brightly within you. Your true, God-made self. Like Jesus. Let your light shine.